Ahora le van a poner la pantalla.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Thank you for coming to our summer monthly luncheon. We want to thank you, our sponsor, Toyota Motor Sales and Southeast Toyota. And let's talk about our banking.
Okay, perfect. The bank, and thank you, Christy Caliendo, and all you wonderful team for what you do for us and being here. Thank you very much. The bank right now sits, hey Rick, it sits at $10,572. So the bank is healthy. Thanks for all the members that have been paying. Appreciate it. The manufacturers have been very proactive, so they've been doing really well. I know I have a couple of members here right now that have not paid. Oh, please, if you don't mind, we're coming to the end of the month. If you read the bylaws, you will read there that to be an active member, you have to pay your fees. So if you don't mind, you have the information. That's how you can always call me, and if you just send us the money, we'd really appreciate it. So anything you can do to help with the bishop in terms of membership. That's pretty much what I had. Thank you. I'll pass it on to Paul if he wants to touch base on top of this.
Just one thing, we're starting to crank up more details on Tapas in Miami, and I'll get you more information on that as we get cards in and have a list for you. One thing I know that I think on the schedule on the website it says June 1st to 3rd. That's mostly was for the manufacturers who get in on June 1st so they know when to plant. It's still a one-day event, June 2nd, Thursday, June 2nd. But, that's all.
All right. All right. Let's talk about what is coming. We've been keep working on the Everglades Challenge, as we talked before. We're planning for the end of the year a contest, kind of a topless in Miami for 4x4s. So we're still developing that. It's nothing 100% for sure, but we're working on that possibility. Probably on the same dates that used to be Rides and Smiles, that now is in February. In another note, Angelica have a wonderful idea, and I think the board has embraced it. We are going to produce a summer yearbook. It's going to be once a year, probably will be presented to the members and manufacturers on the party, on the Christmas party. And it will be basically a resume of the year. All our events will be there. There's going to be, and this is very important, there's going to be a directory of the members, who is who. So it's going to be an excellent vehicle to tell the manufacturers who is producing news about cars. Other than that, I would like to invite Mr. John Kiskinis. He'll talk to us about the next Miami Auto Show.
Hey, John. Thank you all. Let me first say thank you to Christy for Toyota doing this wonderful lunch at the Fort Lauderdale Auto Show. It is really one of the top regional shows in the country, and what makes it uniquely different is it is owned by the Boys and Girls Clubs of Broward County. The Car Dealers Association, the South Florida Automotive Dealers Association manages the show, but the show itself is owned by the Boys and Girls Clubs. So the monies that come through the turnstiles, for the most part, end up back in the community in some way. So I thank you all for being a part of that. I do have tickets which were handed out earlier. If someone didn't get a couple tickets to come maybe later this weekend, please come see me, and I'll be more than happy to provide some tickets. Now for the big question, Miami. Everyone's asked, when is Miami? As you know, the Miami Beach Convention Center is undergoing a major renovation. The process has already begun. This year, we will be working out of two halls, the C&D halls, Come 2017, we will be working out of the A and B halls. That way, the renovations are basically a 2-year process. The show dates this year are September 10th through the 18th, which is in some ways fairly good because for years we've been asked to try and separate ourselves from the LA show. So that is happening, whether it's by our choice or the work of the renovation, it is happening. So I encourage you to mark your calendars September 10th through the 18th. The day it opens on a Saturday, which is one less day than normal. We usually open on a Friday, but hopefully we will still be doing our media activities in some capacity on a Friday, leading into the show which opens to the public on Saturday. So I encourage you, if you have any questions, a lot of the manufacturers are just now getting the information on the dates. Some of the Auto Dealers Association executives are in New York promoting the dates as well, so you'll be hearing nothing but September 10th through the 18th in the next couple of weeks. So any questions? Otherwise, I'll see you in September, probably a few times before. Yes?
When will the website be updated to reflect the new dates?
It's being done now as we speak. We don't have a floor plan. We're still trying to lay it out. We're working with the manufacturers on their space needs, space demands, knowing that it's going to be a little limited compared to what we've had. But as soon as we have a floor plan in place, we'll probably update the website as well. Anything else? All righty. Thank you all.
Thank you. I would like to invite Mr. Bill Adam, our past president. I'm sure he would love to give us some remains of the day about Riders Miles.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I guess our 8th year this year for Rides and Smiles. Just amazing how quickly the time has gone by. I can hardly believe it, and keeps getting bigger and better thanks to so many people, so many of our manufacturers, representatives who were good enough to send down just spectacular cars. Absolutely the best we've ever had for both days, both the Air Force Base Day and the Rides and Smiles Day, and they were great. We're talking this morning, Paul and I were chatting, and the sad part about our show at the Air Force Base is that unfortunately it isn't open to the members. And I'll just have to tease you and tell you a little bit about what took place. And that last year we had the Dodge Challenger with a Hellcat motor do a race against one of the F-16s. And this year the Jag lawyers, God, I love lawyers. Sorry, Lance, but the Jag people stepped in and said, no, you can't race. You can't do this. And this was 2 weeks before the actual event. So kind of bargained back and forth and eventually set it up to where the motorcycle, the BMW 1000RR motorcycle, ridden by a pro, thank God, made one run down, and then the F-16 made a run, and through the magic of film, we put it all together so it looks pretty good. But did a half-mile course, and at the end of a 1/2 mile strip, the bike was running 188 miles an hour. It's like, oh my God, magic. And the rider, being a US national champion who is a factory rider for BMW, he's obviously into conservation mode because he didn't allow the front tire to touch the ground until 5th gear. And just down the runway, it was spectacularly quick. So that started off, and then the jet made its pass down their own way at just over 500 knots, which is about 550 miles an hour, at 70 feet above the ground, and blew us away and left us all with goosebumps up our arms. It was amazing. The day later was our kids' day, and once again, we're so lucky. God, we're blessed with perfect weather every single year. And Rick was down there with your magic tones, talking about it all day, keeping everybody excited, and it was a pretty special day. We had 4 hospitals bring children down. We had a lot of wounded warriors. We had the U.S. Army Golden Knights parachute team. They come over and they were beside themselves. Who, incidentally, the colonel, no, he's not a colonel, doesn't matter. The head of the U.S. Army night's team was so impressed by our day, he came up and he said, next year, and he said, this is a promise. I'm telling you right today, this is a promise. I will have our parachute team jump into the speedway at lunchtime so the kids can watch it. So, phenomenal. And he was totally sincere. They train at the Homestead Base for 3 months each year. And he said, we'll definitely be here. And he said, I promise you we'll be here because it's just, this is wonderful what you guys do. I thank so many people that have helped so much. Mostly Marcelo, Angelo, and Tony, because without their invaluable help, the day just simply wouldn't run as good as it does. And you guys you're magic. You come down, you beam energy and smiles all day long. You bring in all these wonderful cars for us. You keep them immaculate. And Charbel is there with his camera nonstop and all of your guys. Without your help, the day wouldn't be a success. So personally, we are blessed in Sama having members like these guys. And, Tony and Angelo, you guys are my heroes. You make that day so special. So thank you all. And next year, I hope more of you can come and help. There's so many things to do, so much, that if each of you step up and just do a little tiny bit, you get a free t-shirt, which is, it's really good. Rides and smiles. And you get a good lunch, and the best part of all is you get this wonderful, nice, warm feeling in your heart. Because at the end of the day, it's a pretty special day that words can't convey how good it is. So, thank you all.
Thank you,
We'll
Bill.
see you all soon.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, and now we'd like to invite Christy Caliendo, so we start the program with the Toyota Prius. Thank you.
Hello, all. Bear with me. I'm kind of losing my voice. But on behalf of Toyota Motor Sales and Southeast Toyota Distributors, we want to welcome you to the Fort Lauderdale International Auto Show. I think this is the third year, I want to say, that we've hosted this lunch at this venue. And we personally just think it's such a neat, quaint, kind of cozy way to spend some good time with you. And I think we all feel that we just kind of like own the auto show, because it's unlike the bigger regional ones. It's pretty much just us here. So hopefully you can enjoy learning a little more about us and our products. But you also, if you ever leave the Toyota exhibit, you can go to some of the other manufacturers as well and check out what they're doing this year. Those of you who don't know about Southeast Toyota Distributors, we're the private distributor in the Southeast for 176 Toyota dealers, and we're headquartered out of Deerfield Beach with our operational facilities in Jacksonville and Commerce, Georgia. We've got some good team members here today. Feel free to talk to any of them about our company or our products. Most of us know a little to a lot about what we're talking about. I'm on the little side over here. But we've got Glenn Rizzo, who's marketing director. Elliot Shore is our district sales manager. We have Sarah Barber, who's on Glenn's team in the marketing department. Gina Arcerio works with me as a huge help on PR. And then hiding somewhere, not hiding at all, we have Brian Everett and Toby Silver, who will actually be talking to you today about our 2016 Prius that we're so excited about. So, no further ado, I will turn it over to them in the 2016 Prius.
All right, so we're going to get the engine started. We've got a nice little video here. Hopefully get the blood flowing here. We ran it 20 times before this, and of course, we get live in it, and it doesn't work very well for us. So, again, my name is Brian Hubbard. This is Toby Silver. We are both district training managers for Southeast Toyota. I'm in the Orlando area, and Toby's in Tampa. So, first off, we want to start off and say thank you for your time today. I know everybody's time is valuable, but we're really excited to get in front of you and talk about the new Prius. And of course, Sama, thank you for your long-standing relationship with Southeast Toyota. We greatly appreciate it. When we look back at the support you've given throughout the years, it's definitely a direct impact on our success in the Southeast. Okay. When we look at 2015, our loyal Toyota customers, as well as the new customers that we gained throughout 2015, actually led us into a record-breaking year. We had an excellent year last year. When we look at the numbers, we actually sold over 480,000 vehicles in 5 states. 480,000 vehicles. We maintained a 19% share on the retail side. So when you look at that, we have 5 states. We're selling 1 in every 4 throughout the whole U.S. in 5 states. That's pretty dramatic. We also are coming off of an outstanding February. We sold 44,000 total vehicles between retail and fleet, and we still maintain that 19% share, which is extremely important to us. So we're here today because the South Florida market is extremely important to us. It has a huge impact in our sales throughout the Southeast. A lot of the sales happen down here. So we're looking at the new Prius. This vehicle came out about 2 decades ago, okay? When Toyota looked at redesigning the vehicle, they decided to break the mold. They went from the ground up, designed a whole new vehicle, and they're looking at it from a whole new standpoint and trying to get customers into vehicles that normally wouldn't look at the Prius before. So we look at the previous generation Prius compared to what we have now. The vehicle has sharper lines. It actually sits a little bit lower, wider, actually has more room on the inside, and provides a much more quiet ride on the inside of the vehicle. It's truly a really nice riding vehicle on the inside. We also are looking at the design of the vehicle. They looked at it and they increased the structural rigidity by 60%. And also added a double wishbone suspension, which is going to give us a really, really nice riding vehicle when you get inside of it. We're going to go through some details today on the interior, the exterior, and really, really, really good technology that Toyota's introduced into the Prius, which we'll go through in a few minutes. Toby's going to go through some of the hybrid technology as well as the interior and exterior as well.
So who here cares about fuel economy? Couple people?
Yeah.
Anybody care if I turn this off?
Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Good. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So who cares about fuel economy? Yes.
Everybody.
Well, with the new 2016 Prius, we've increased our fuel efficiency on this vehicle by about 10%. Is that good?
Yeah.
Actually, the new Prius, the 2016 Prius, has the best fuel efficiency in its market when compared to other passenger vehicles without a plug. Okay? The Prius 2 Eco is getting an estimated 58 miles per gallon city. How's that?
Wow.
So, looking at the interior, in comparison to the 3rd generation versus the new generation, you can tell that the new generation has more functional features to it. It's more ergonomically friendly, but it's also more fun, and it's nice to look at. It has more cargo space inside. The actual cargo space in the cargo area is 3 cubic feet bigger. On the versions that have a spare tire, it's actually 6 cubic feet bigger on the versions with that do not have a spare tire.